Hi guys, welcome to my channel Indomariner. It's all about merchant navy. I am a deck cadet in a ship management company. You are in the right place if you want to know about merchant navy. So, who is deck cadet? What does he do on merchant ships? In merchant ships, professionals are divided into three departments, mainly deck, engine and saloon. I belong to deck department. I'll share you the detailed information on different ranks and all in my upcoming videos. Be absolutely sure to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon next to it so you are the first to know when I upload a new video. Many friends are searching for a promising career after their studies. Many of us are not selecting job-oriented courses. So if you are for a career that can be a turning point in your life, then merchant navy can be the best option for you. Since many of us don't know about this job opportunity, some guys are exploiting the lack of knowledge about merchant navy and innocent chaps are getting trapped. I can provide you the right information on how to join merchant navy. Here, there is opportunities as vast as ocean. But it's not like that. Anyone can easily join this career. Since you're going to be international, the language of English will help you in achieving the profession. I completed my studies in a normal English medium school. If I could do it, you can achieve it. Unlike any other field, merchant navy offers jobs that not only require special knowledge and training but also require a great amount of mental and physical strength. In my upcoming videos, I will explain what is merchant navy, different careers in merchant navy, different ranks, lifestyle, types of ships merchant navy professionals works on, the requirements for joining, different courses to join our field, fee structures, how much salary does one earn in merchant navy, how to join as rating in merchant navy, what are the duties of a deck officer, marine engineer, and the duties of different position in ships rating or crew members, how many people are there on a merchant navy ship, different information for those who want to join merchant navy and build a very good lifestyle. Stay tuned for more videos. In this video, I'll show you some of the top container fleets around the globe. Earlier in my video, I said I'm a deck cadet in a ship management company. So, how did I reach this rank? Like everyone, after my 10th, I was also confused in choosing a stream for my 11th standard. Finally, I ended up in science so that I could deviate into any career. Till now and forever, I'll be happy with that opinion. That is one of the main criteria for joining Merchant Navy. So, in this video, I'll tell you how did I reach this rank. In the midway of my 12th standard, I decided upon Merchant Navy as my profession. Like you guys, I also browsed about this career on how to join and what are the procedures that you should follow. Actually, when I introduced this career option to my parents, they gave me full support for choosing this career. After that, they also started collecting information among their friends and family. With my mom, you can say that I researched about this career option because I'm their hope and they blindly can't send their child to any profession. We collected information about this job, but none of my family members were there in this profession. So some of them were afraid about choosing Merchant Navy, but my mom and my dad was there with me with full support. Finally, we ended up in 3 main guidelines because there were so many people who were exploiting the lack of knowledge about Merchant Navy. So let's see the first guideline. The first guideline was the college should be one of the best in India. It was a long list. We narrowed it with the second guideline. The second guideline was it should be approved by DG Shipping and should be an IMU affiliated institute. So what is DG Shipping? DG Shipping is the Directorate General of Shipping, an attached office of the Ministry of Shipping under the Government of India, and deals with the matters concerning maritime administration, maritime education and training, development of shipping industry and other related subjects. I have put the link for the training institute approved by the DG Shipping in the description. Please take a note of it. The next thing I said was IMU. So what is IMU? IMU is Indian Maritime University, which conducts the board exam. IMU is a central university in India which deals with a wide range of topics related to sea, ranging from oceanography to maritime law and history, and also includes practical topics such as search and rescue at sea and the transportation of dangerous goods. I have put the list of IMU affiliated institutes in the description box. Please make a note of that too. With this, you will have a clear picture of the training institute that you should consider. So, you can choose the best among that. And finally, the third guideline. I told you all that this is job-oriented course. So, the third guideline was, of course, the job. After your studies, the next main thing is the job, right? That is the main advantage of this career. So, who will provide you the job? I filtered and kept on going until I selected Anglo-Eastern Maritime Academy. But it's my selection. In maritime terms, I need to get the sponsorship of this company. The ship management company runs the college. So it was an advantage for me. I don't have to go out in searching for a sponsor. But to get into one of the best ship management company in the world, I had to raise my standards. I researched about Anglo and found that they have very good placement records. They manage more than 600 ships. If I could get an admission in Anglo, it will be my turning point. So I found that they have an entrance exam. The syllabus was there in their site. The syllabus consisted of the following: English, Maths, Physics, Chemistry, General Knowledge, Aptitude with different reasoning. I downloaded and referred and refreshed the topics. It was a +2 level exam and I was confident that I can get a good result in that. The exam was at an internet center in Cochin. I went it with my mom and I was very happy that I could get a good result. The next stage was the interview for getting the admission. But did I told you about the course that you should join? Hi guys, in this video I'll share you some information about bulk carriers. Yes, about bulk carriers. We can classify bulk carriers on many ways, but I prefer it on the basis of size. So, what are bulk carriers? Bulk carriers or bulkers are ships designed primarily for the transportation of solid bulk cargoes. Such cargoes are generally uniform in composition and are loaded directly into the cargo space without any intermediate form of containment. The idea of bulk carrier is to transport important food grains, ores and minerals. We have bulk carriers which are having length more than the Eiffel Tower in Paris with the height. If you want to check out that giant who is more than the Eiffel Tower in Paris, see the video till the end. So let's get into the matter. First I'll introduce the mini bulk carriers. They have dead weight less than 10,000 tons. So what is dead weight? In simple terms, we can describe it as a ship's carrying capacity by which she can safely navigate within a port. Mini bulk carriers have dead weight tonnage less than 10,000 tons. They have less than 5 cargo holds. Cargo holds or cargo compartments are the place where we can carry the cargo. So these mini bulk carriers typically carry minor or general cargoes. The next is the small bulk carrier. Dead weight tonnage of these vessels is between 10,000 to 25,000 tons. They have less than 5 cargo holds. They carry minor bulk or steel products in general. Now I'll tell you about the handy size carriers. Dead weight tonnage of these vessels is between 25,000 to 40,000 tons. They usually have 5 holds. They carry minor bulk to steel products in general. After handy size, we have handy max carriers. Dead weight tonnage of these vessels is between 40,000 to 60,000 tons. They usually have 5 cargo holds. In general, they carry minor bulk, steel products, coal and grains. Next, I'll tell you about the Panamax carriers. Dead weight of these vessels is between 60,000 to 1 lakh tons. It usually have 7 cargo holds. They generally carry bauxite, coal, grain, ore, phosphate. These vessels have a maximum breadth of 32.2 meters. This size of bulkers was introduced to pass through the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal is an artificial 82-kilometer long waterway in Panama that connects the Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean. Now I'll tell you about the post-Panamax bulk carriers. Deadweight tonnage of these vessels is between 80,000 to 1,20,000 tons. They usually have 9 cargo holds. These vessels have more breadth than the Panamax and were designed for the bulkers to transit through the new locks of Panama Canal. Here comes the giants, Cape-size bulk carrier. Deadweight tonnage of these vessels is between 1 lakh to 2 lakh tons. They usually have 9 cargo holds. These vessels travel from Asia to Europe without entering the Suez Canal. They are completely gearless with no cranes or derricks and rely on shore facilities for loading and discharging. The last category is VLBC, very large bulk carriers or the ore carriers. Deadweight tonnage of these vessels is over 2 lakh tons. They usually have 9 cargo holds or more. They are completely gearless with no cranes and derricks and rely on shore facilities for loading and discharging. In my last video, I said about the online test held at Cochin. There were so many people from different districts of Kerala for the online test. On that day, some friends couldn't get through that online test and psychometric evaluation. They have to wait for the next time, but it won't be that long. AMA, Anglo-Eastern Maritime Academy, is one of the few colleges which have 2 batches of DNS throughout the year. DNS, yes. DNS is Diploma in Nautical Science, leading to BSc in Applied Nautical Science. After 1 year of academics in AMA, you have to complete 18 months of sea time as deck cadet on board ships. This time is very crucial for your career. If you don't complete your sea time, you can't appear for the second mate's exam. Before joining colleges for doing DNS, ensure you have sponsorship. Otherwise, after your academics, you will be trapped. Then, you might have to search for some agents and it will cost you a great amount of money. This is why many guys will be saying do not join Merchant Navy. At their time, they didn't choose the right college. You have to be wise for this. Select the right college wisely. I am here to guide you in that. In my previous video, I discussed upon the criteria that I finalized. If you have not seen that, please visit my channel and see that video. If you are in Anglo, you don't have to worry about the sea time. They will put you on board ship after successfully completing the 2 semesters. DNS is the course which I completed from AMA. You should have a clear picture about the course. 1 year you will be in AMA, which consists of 2 semesters of 6 months duration each. You have IMU board exam at the end of each semester. Further, their next 3 semesters, that is semester 3, 4, 5 of 18 months on board ships. For semester 6, cadets have to appear for second mate's foreign going exam conducted by Mercantile Marine Department (MMD). After passing second mates examination and IMU semester examinations, IMU issues you the degree certificate of BSc in Applied Nautical Science. So, finalizing the qualification required for DNS. If you're after 12th standard, senior school certificate or class 2 or 10+2 from a recognized board or university with physics, chemistry and mathematics with not less than 65% marks in PCM. If you are a graduate, BSc in physics, maths, chemistry or electronics with physics as individual subject in one of the year with an average of not less than 60% marks in the final year from a recognized university, provided you must have passed 10+2 examination with physics, chemistry and mathematics from a recognized board, or BTech degree with average of not less than 60% in the final year. You should have obtained not less than 60% marks in English, either 10th or 12th or in degree course. Age limit. Minimum age should be 17 years and maximum is 25 years on the date of commencement of the course. Usually commences either on 1st February or 1st August. Physical and medical standards. You should be physically fit and should meet the medical requirements as specified in DG shipping guidelines. I have provided the link in the description box. The opportunity to travel around the world and the adventure on the high seas, besides the possibility of high remuneration, attracts many youngsters to make a career in Merchant Navy. When I searched for the advantages of Merchant Navy, I found a lot of them. But with my 13 months of experience on board, many advantages that I saw was extrapolated. So I decided to share the true advantages of Merchant Navy. Number 1 is high salary package. There are very few line of work around the world that pay the kind of salary to entry-level officers as the Merchant Navy does. This is true. After your academics, in your training period only, you will get a good stipend starting from 400 USD and more. But after clearing the exams, that is, after your training period, you will be paid high salaries. As an entry-level officer, comparatively, it's huge. The salaries have set pattern across the globe. It differs among companies and more importantly, it increases with rank. I'll make a video on the detailed information upon the rank and salary later on. Number 2. Tax benefits. Paying taxes is a responsibility that everyone is aware of. However, people involved in merchant marine are exempted from paying taxes if they meet the requirements necessary for exemption purpose. That is, they have to maintain NRI status. In India, if you want to maintain NRI status, you have to spend more than 182 days abroad in a financial year. Number 3. Shore leave. People involved in merchant marine gets to experience exotic destinations across the whole world, depending on their route and how much time they spend on port. It totally depends on the type of cargo operation. Like container ships, they get very few time on port. That also varies from hours to days, based on terminal and port. But in some bulk carriers, depending on their cargo they carry, they can get more days in port and the weather influence. Like if you are discharging or loading grains, if it's raining or snowing, they have to stop the cargo operation. Like this, the port stay can get delayed. At the same time, for the containers, snowing in Canada and Russia won't affect the cargo operations. Based on the charter, the vessel might be in a different country every now and then, leaving the seafarer with a long list of country he or she covers. Number 4. Diverse culture. A professional involved in a merchant marine career gets to meet and mingle with people of different cultures and nationalities. This helps the individual to understand and function better as a team player and learn the different cultures and traditions at the same time. This automatically increases the adaptability and brings about more awareness about what goes and what doesn't in a different country. A Merchant Navy officer can easily fit in with people around the world without much effort, owing to their regular exchange with foreign nationals. Even if a ship employs a single nationality crew, working with port officials from different countries also add a great deal of awareness among the seafarers about cultures and customs. In my personal experience, I had Filipino crew as ratings and Indian officers in my first ship. The Filipino crew were very friendly and they were very helpful. In the second ship, majority of the crew were Indians, but I had Sri Lankan chief officer in the first half of my contract and a Scottish chief officer in the second half. Number 5. Enhances professionalism. Working in the Merchant Navy enables individuals to function better as a unit or team. Merchant Marines are required to possess good communication skill and extreme resourcefulness, along with following and maintaining high discipline. A person not only evolves professionally but also personally while working in Merchant Navy. This degree of professionalism comes with a great deal of responsibility towards the vessel and the crew. Years of rigorous training in the field might make certain tasks look like a cakewalk. However, to achieve that level of expertise was the outcome of a lot of diligent work over the years. So, hope you gain true advantages of Merchant Navy. Stay tuned for the next video. Are you a BTech holder? And if you're looking for a job, a professional career, Merchant Navy has the best course for you. In this video, I'll explain you about the courses which were there in my college for the engineers. Are you a Royal Mech? GME can be a wise option for you. GME, Graduate in Marine Engineering, a course conducted under approval from Directorate General of Shipping. In this program, cadet will undergo 8 months training at the EMA campus. That is, 2 semesters of 4 months duration each. Next phase of the training is of 4 months and will be conducted on board ships. After successful completion of above training, candidate will have to come back to EMA for a clearance test. Once they clear this test, they can be promoted as junior engineer and need to do another 6 months of training on board to become eligible to appear for the Class 4 Engineers examination conducted by MMD, which is the first competency level examination to become a certified marine engineer. What are the qualifications required for this course? BE or BTech in Mechanical Engineering or Naval Architecture, with minimum 60% marks in final year from IIT or from a college recognized by AICTE or UGC. BTech in Mechanical and Automation degree from UGC or AICTE recognized colleges are also eligible to apply. The English standards that you require should have obtained not less than 50% marks in English as a separate subject at either 10th or 12th standard or in degree course conducted by a recognized board or university. What is the age limit? Maximum age should not exceed 28 years on the date of commencement of the course. Physical and medical standards. Physically fit and should meet the medical requirements as specified by DG Shipping Guidelines. Eyesight 6/12 in each eye without visual aids and no color blindness. If you don't have mechanical engineering, you still can come on board, but your rank will change. Be ready to be a Battisab on board ships. Battisab is Electro-Technical Officer. ETA course is conducted under approval from DG Shipping. In this program, selected cadets will undergo 4 months training at EMA campus. Next phase of training of 8 months duration is conducted on board ships. After successful completion of above training and clearing the exam at MMD, the candidates can become Electro-Technical Officers. This course is for the following engineering degrees: BTech in Electrical Engineering, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Electronics Engineering, electronics and telecommunication or communication engineering, electronics and instrumentation engineering, with 60% marks in final year from IIT or from a college recognized by AICTE or UGC. English standards remains as same as for the GME. Should have obtained not less than 50% marks in English as a separate subject at either 10th or 12th standard or in degree course conducted by a recognized board or university. What is your age limit? Maximum age should not exceed 28 years on the date of commencement of the course. Then, physical and medical standards. You should be physically fit and should meet the medical requirements as specified by DG shipping guidelines. Eyesight 6/12 in each eye without visual aids and no color blindness. The opportunity to travel around the world and the adventure on the high seas, besides the possibility of high remuneration, attracts many youngsters to make a career in Merchant Navy. When I searched for the advantages of Merchant Navy, I found a lot of them. But with my 13 months of experience on board, many advantages that I saw was extrapolated. So I decided to share the true advantages of Merchant Navy. Number 6. Extensive exposure. Merchant Navy career offer a lot of exposure to unexpected events, situations, and emergencies. By facing such unmitigated events, professionals gain a widespread knowledge about dealing and facing such problems. The exposure one gets in this field is unlike anywhere else and which helps a person to grow in every aspect. There are regular drills conducted on board ships to make you qualified and to be get ready in any situation. The ability to be quick with decision-making skill and problem-solving is another advantage of this career. Number 7. Truly adventure. A career in Merchant Marine is like having adventures on a day-to-day basis. Not like that, but like this. Like other routine jobs, involve people having to spend 9 hours in an office. This is not for people who like to do 9 to 5 jobs. Being at the mercy of ocean naturally demands a considerable level of commitment from one's part. It's not all sunshine at sea. Adventure can also mean that one has to be sharp at all times, ready to face the risks of sea as well as the ship and her crew. Number 8. High to low qualification. There are careers in Merchant Navy that require high qualification, from astronomy to engineering to celestial navigation and maritime law. To study in the shipping field to become a qualified officer covers a wide array of knowledge. A 10+2 science student can be a navigational officer after the training period and clearing the exams. Those exams are also not as easy as it looks. It's tough but can be done. And to be a marine engineer, you must have BTech. I think it's not that easy to get BTech. But for becoming rating on board ships, you require only 10th standard education. But only after 6 months of training at maritime institutes, you can be rating. For individuals who do not want to gain higher college education or cannot do so because of certain reasons, taking up a merchant marine career is the most feasible choice. Not only does it provide good pay, but also helps in molding a better career even with low qualification. Number 9. Regulated lifestyle. Punctuality and discipline are two very important qualities that a person gains through a merchant marine career. Since the oceans are highly unpredictable, a seaman has to be highly cautious, focused, and alert to counter any eventuality. These two qualities are inhibited in maritime professionals right from their college training. The professionals are expected to follow a strict disciplined lifestyle according to the rules, and in case if you are a uniform fan, maritime career is an exciting option for you. The discipline goes a long way in real life and brings about some really positive changes in everyday life. That is the discipline on board that enables a young officer to become a proficient master years later. Number 10. Since the nature of Merchant Navy job require long working periods, The vacations offered to merchant marine professionals are equally compensating. This enables these professionals to enjoy best of both worlds, land and water. A 2 to 4 months vacation is definitely long enough to unwind and follow all your passions, isn't it? The vacation a seafarer gets is in its truest form. There is absolutely no stress of work while a seafarer is back home, and he gets to enjoy the time with his family to the fullest. But note that there will be no additional salary when you are at home. So hope you gain true advantages of Merchant Navy. Stay tuned for the next video.
Told you all about the course. Now about the interview. How you have to prepare for the interview. Preparations was only based on my personal experience. The main question is how you should dress for the interview. Of course, you have to wear formals with tie. So formals include full sleeve shirt with collar button on. Prefer light colors. Mine was a light blue shirt, so better to wear colors like white, blue. It should be pleasant and appealing. Now about the trousers or pants. Prefer black, the most common color, or you can also go for cream color trousers. Don't make it too skinny. Prefer only formal pants and never wear jeans. Now about the tie. If you're wearing black pants and light blue or white color shirt, prefer a plain black tie. Ensure the tie is long enough that the tip of it should hit at or just above your trouser waistband, and the pointed edge should hang no further than the middle of your belt buckle. It's the universal standard. Follow this. When you're choosing the belt, ensure it matches with the formal shoes that you wear. It will be more better if you could have the strap of your watch matching. Just go for black. Now about the face. Best to be clean shaved. Dress your hair well. Don't cut your hair too small. It will be awkward if you are overdoing. Have a smart haircut. I think that will be enough for the attire. Now the next question. In which language you have to speak? Of course, English. Ensure you speak English well. Be prepared and improve your communication skills before the interview. Now, questions you can expect. You have to brush up your physics, chemistry laws and principles like buoyancy principle, gas laws, Newton's 3 laws of motion, Mach's equations, and some questions like how does a ship float. Have a clear picture on what you say. Don't be vague. You can have some basic questions like why do you choose Merchant Navy as your career? Majority of the guys will say adventurous life. I'm not generalizing, but for majority it's not true. High salary and a secure job, very responsible job in a young age. There are guys who don't prefer 9 to 5 jobs. These are few reasons that I think which drags people into this career. Some guys will even say they don't want to study much. But you have a lot to study. If you want to be an officer, later on a captain of a ship or a chief engineer, mainly to be an officer, you have to update every now and then. Don't ever think you don't have to study anything. Majority of what you study is what you apply. Practical stuffs. There will be cases like some guys who are very passionate about sea. Guys who really want to know the sea. But they are very less. Then some questions like who influenced you to join this career? How do you know about this career? These are all personal questions. It varies upon person to person. Like for me, I knew about Anglo after searching on internet. Be honest, that will help you a lot. If you don't know the answer, say I don't know and I'll find it out. Never bluff upon any answers that you have. As per my experience, they value your honesty. Have a ready-made answer upon describe your family and all. Research about this career, various organization, about the company and all. Next, how you should behave in interview. Always be pleasant. Don't feel stressed. Be relaxed. Give a firm and confident answer. Put a smile on your face and never forget to reach on time. Be punctual for the interview. search on social medias on how to face the interview, build a confidence in you. All the best, guys, for the interview. In my last video, I gave you the tips that I researched and found. It will be useful for any job interview, not only in Merchant Navy, but also in any other fields. So, if you have not seen that video, please click on the notification icon to see that video. I followed those tips in the interview for the sponsorship after the online test. Now, in this video, I'll share you my interview experience. Interview was at Mumbai. I have never been there. My mom has a friend in Mumbai, Madhu uncle. He runs an e-branding company in Mumbai. He was there in the airport for receiving me. I stayed in his home with his family. He is the one who gave me full support because he knew that it was my first time without my family. He was my guardian and I felt he was my family. I was a little tensed. It's gonna be my first official interview in my life. But keep in mind, you have to be a little tensed, so you will take it seriously. First day was the interview. Took time in the traffic to reach from Mira Road to Andheri West in the busiest Mumbai traffic. There were so many guys in the launch. One ma'am came and gave some forms to fill. I filled and gave it back to her. After some time, she called me for the interview. I went inside. I only remember a few questions. But as I remember, interview questions was more about why did you choose Merchant Navy as your profession? What all attracted you to this career? And why did I choose Anglo and why this course and all? They also asked to describe my family. He asked some more questions and I hope I answered it correctly. Afterwards, I submitted the certificates that I gained in different activities, like I was there in the Boy Scout and those Science Fest that I went. He told me that I cleared the first phase. I was very happy. They asked me to wait for the second interview with the captain. Second phase was after lunch. He was very cool and asked some science-based questions to see my intellectual level and to know how good I was in science. And he also asked some more questions. I hope I gave the answers correctly. And whichever questions I didn't know, I said I don't know. Always keep in mind, be honest. Never bluff in the interview. After that session, I waited outside in the launch. Finally, a ma'am came and told me that go for the medicals tomorrow. That means I'm selected, and I was very happy upon hearing this. I informed Madhu uncle about this. He was waiting in the reception. He spent his whole day for me in his busy work schedule. I'm always thankful to him and his family. I called my mom and said I got selected. She was very happy. Later on, my dad called me. He was also very happy. My whole family was very happy. Next step was the medical test. On the next day, you should be physically fit and should meet the medical requirements as specified in DG shipping guidelines. In my upcoming video, I'll explain you how the medical test is conducted. Friends, what all they check in your body? In this video, I'll explain you the medical test conducted after the sponsorship interview. Ensure the following is fine for you. Be absolutely sure to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon next to it. Structure. There should be no evidence of weak structure by way of imperfect development of muscles or serious defect. Weight below 42 kg and height below 150 cm will be rejected. The chest should be well developed with a minimum range of expansion of 5 cm. For female applicants, weight below 39 kg and height below 145 cm will be rejected. Weight to be proportionate to height and age. Skeletal system. There should be no disease or impairment of functions of bones or joints, contracture or of deformity of chest or any joint, abnormal curvature of spine, deformity of feet like bow legs, knock knees, flat feet, deformity of upper limbs, deformity of the head, deformity from fractures or depression of the skull, deformity or uneven bending of the spinal column, fractures healed with a pin inside will be a disqualification. Ear, nose and throat. There should be no impaired hearing, discharge or disease in either ear, unhealed perforation of the tympanic membrane or signs of acute or chronic suppurative otitis media or evidence of radical mastoid operation, evidence of disease of the bones and cartilage of the nose, nasal polypus or disease of nasopharynx or accessory sinuses, loss or decay of teeth to such an extent as to interfere with efficient chewing, no disease of the throat, palate, tonsils or gums or any disease or injury affecting the normal function of either temporomandibular joint. Individuals with severe pyorrhea are to be rejected. The unaided average threshold at least 30 decibel in the better ear and an average of 40 decibel in the other within frequencies 500, 1000, 2000 and 3000 Hz, and a whisper from a distance of not less than 5 meters can be heard. Speech. There should be no impairment of speech. Example, stammering. Lymphatic system. There should be no enlarged glands, tubercular or due to other disease in the neck or other parts of the body. Thyroid gland should be normal. Cardiovascular system. There should be no sign of functional or valvular or other disease of the heart and blood vessels. An electrocardiogram should be within normal limits. Systolic blood pressure should not exceed 150 mm nor diastolic above 90 mm. Respiratory system. There should be no evidence of chronic or respiratory tract disease, pulmonary tuberculosis or previous history of this disease or any chronic disease of the lungs. X-ray of the chest should be normal. The resting respiratory rate should be below 20 per minute and the holding time should not be less than 30 seconds. Digestive system. There should be no evidence of any disease of the digestive system and that liver and spleen should not be palpable, and there should be no abdominal tenderness on palpation. Genitourinary system. There should be no palpable and enlarged kidneys. There should not be any disease of kidneys. Cases showing albuminuria, glycosuria or blood RBC in urine will be rejected. There should be no hernia. Those who have been operated for hernia may be declared fit provided A. 1 year has elapsed after the operation. Documentary proof to be produced by the candidate. B. General tone of abdominal muscles should be good. C. There has been no recurrence of hernia or complications with the operation. Skin. There should be no skin disease unless temporary or trivial. Nervous system. There should be no history or evidence of mental disease of the candidate. Candidates having a history of fits will not be accepted. Mental or nervous irritability, abnormality of gait, defective functions of cranial nerves, incoordination, motor or sensory defaults will be rejected. Eyesight, the most important point. There should not be any degree of squint or any morbid condition of eyes or of the eyelids that is liable to aggravate or recur. Candidates must possess good binocular vision. Movement of the eyeballs must be full in all directions and the pupils should react normally to light. Defective color vision tested by Ishihara color blindness test is a disqualification. Oral health, the acceptance or rejection on account of loss or decay of teeth depends upon the relative position of the sound teeth. A sufficient number of teeth must be present for efficient chewing. musculoskeletal system. There should be no defect of the musculoskeletal system that could interfere with the discharge of their duties. Means muscular power, balance, mobility and coordination should be unimpaired. Limb prosthesis would not be acceptable. Mandatory clinical test. Other than physical observation, various number of clinical tests are carried out to make sure that all the standards are met. Number 1. Complete blood count. Number 2. Routine urine. 3. Blood sugar. 4. Audiometry. 5. Vision test. Includes distant, near and color. X-ray of chest and electrocardiogram. Friends, you can get easily cleared for the medicals if you're all fine in these. All the best for your medical test. Hope you gained more information. Hi guys, today we will discuss why such medical test is conducted for joining Merchant Navy. Let's see the video. This video is based on ILO/IMO guidelines on the medical examination of seafarers. Be absolutely sure to hit that red subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. Prevention is always better than cure. Before joining this career, if we could understand our limitations or any deformity in our body, it will be helpful in saving our lives. If you're working on board in the vast ocean and if something happens to you, there are some limitations in what we can do. On board cargo ships, we have a hospital, but there is very less chance that a person who have MBBS degree on board ships. I'm talking about the cargo ships that I sailed on. But don't worry, we have a designated medical officer on board ships. That is the master of our ship, and a second officer who is certified with Medicare. And all officers are required to do advanced medical first aid course, and whole crew will be having elementary first aid as one of the basic training included in STCW training. But if we have a sound mind and a sound body, it will be best for us. So I'll explain you the physical capability requirements. The physical capability requirements for work at sea vary widely and have to take account of both routine and emergency duties. The functions that may require assessment include strength, stamina, flexibility, balance and coordination, size, compatible with entry into confined areas, exercise capacity, heart and respiratory reserve, fitness for specific tasks like wearing breathing apparatus. So how the medical conditions and physical capabilities are related? Limitations may arise from a range of conditions such as high or low body mass, obesity, severely reduced muscle mass, musculoskeletal disease, pain or limitations to movement, a condition following an injury or surgery, lung disease, heart and blood vessel disease, some neurological diseases. So how the physical capability are assessed? Physical capability assessment. Physical capability testing should be undertaken when there is an indication for it. For instance, because of the presence of one of the above conditions or because of other concern about a seafarer's physical capabilities. The aspects that are tested will depend on the reason for doing it. Table B1.9 gives recommendation for physical capability abilities to be assessed for those seafarers covered by the STCW Convention 1978 as amended. Based on the tasks undertaken at sea, the following approaches may be used to assess whether the requirement in Table B1.9 are met. Observed ability to do routine and emergency duties in a safe and effective way. Tasks that stimulate normal and emergency duties. Assessment of cardiorespiratory reserve, including spirometry and ergometric tests. This will predict maximum exercise capacity and hence the seafarer's ability to perform physically demanding work. A large reserve will also indicate that heart and lung performance is likely to be compromised in the next few years. The benchmark test is maximum oxygen uptake. This requires dedicated equipment. Step tests such as Chester, or the Harvard are simpler alternatives which may be used for screening. If step tests are abnormal, they should be further validated, like treadmill stress tests. Informal testing of reserve, for instance climbing 3 to 6 flights of stairs and assessing any distress, plus the speed of pulse rate decline on stopping. This is not readily reproducible, but can be used for repeat assessment at the same location by the same medical practitioner. Clinical assessment of strength, mobility, coordination, etc. Additional information may come from activities recently or regularly undertaken, as described by the seafarers, such as physically demanding duties on the vessels. Example, carrying weights or handling mooring equipments, attendance at a physically demanding course within the last 2 years. Example, firefighting, helicopter escape or STCW basic training, a confirmed personal pattern of regular strenuous exercise. Interpretation of the results. Is there any evidence that the seafarer is not able to perform their routine and emergency duties effectively? Are there any observed limitations to strength, flexibility, stamina, or coordination? What is the outcome of any test for cardiorespiratory reserve? Test performance limited by shortness of breath, musculoskeletal or other pain, or exhaustion. Causes need to be investigated and taken into account in determining fitness. Unable to complete test. Completed but stressed or with poor recovery after stopping. Completed to good or average standard. Discuss subjective feelings during the test with the subject and also go over experiences of fitness and capability when doing normal tasks and emergency drill. Obtain corroboration from others if performance at work uncertain. Friends, in the upcoming video, I'll explain you the important table B19. Stay tuned for that video.